Good evening, everybody. My name's Angel Serta. The culture that I would like to highlight here would be the Los Angeles culture, which many of us are a part of, whether we really notice it or not, just because this is where we either moved to and became part of the culture or grew up here, like myself, who was born here in 1991 and have got to just witness the growth and the whole like diversity that we see here, whether you see fusions of foods of like Filipino, Mexican food, and just Asian food, just all sorts of different foods that show like the diversity, which in a way does explain the culture that we have here. My first artifact that I bring is this Los Angeles Dodgers hat, which, as many of you know or own probably yourself, whether you are a Los Angeles Dodgers fan or just like to represent the city. This is a very common artifact that just represents our Los Angeles culture. Secondly, I'd like to highlight, which is maybe one of the sports teams that is less talked about in Los Angeles, just because of the many big sports teams we have, such as, Lakers, the Dodgers, the Rams, the Chargers now. But I feel like one that kind of tends to get overlooked a little more than the others, because maybe its popularity within Los Angeles, is definitely the Los Angeles Kings. The artifact I brought here is this LA Kings jersey. This is the C patch for the captain, Kopitar, who was he's a two-time Stanley Cup champion. Back in 2012, Los Angeles Kings won their first championship, and crazy enough, 2 years later, they won it again, as being a team that's been in Los Angeles since 1967. Up until then, like that drought of not winning a championship and then finally being able to win it, I feel like that has like helped grow the hockey culture. I mean, a lot of that growth started with Wayne Gretzky, which I'm sure many people are either familiar with or have maybe possibly heard the name. He definitely helped like pioneer and really grow the sport in Los Angeles. But for me, like seeing and being able to experience the Kings win not one but two championships was like just huge. It's huge to the Los Angeles hockey culture that does exist within our city. It's just, like I mentioned, maybe one of the more overlooked sports, but they definitely are a big part of Los Angeles. Third, I'd like to cover is like a lot of the different music, but for me, there's quite a few artists that really like hit to heart for me as like Los Angeles underground or independent hip hop artists. That the scene is still alive and well. That's a big part of like maybe the subculture of Los Angeles. I mean, there's West Coast hip hop, which is of course like originators, like guys people are familiar with, like Dr. Dre or maybe Kendrick Lamar. But then there's plenty of others that maybe have not been heard of, which is more of like part of my Los Angeles culture. So artists such as like Blue in Exile, amazing album. Another one, Domo Genesis, intros, outros, and interludes, which is just another one of our local Los Angeles artists. The third one is an artist by the name of Evidence, from a group called Dilated Peoples. And lastly, I brought Galleries by the Visionaries, one of the like original underground hip hop groups from Los Angeles, consisting of quite a few members that have just really helped grow the scene throughout the years. Yeah, those are my three things, and proud to be a Los Angeles, to be in this culture. It's something I've grown and really cherished, and yeah, that's about it.